Hello, my name is John Sekian. I'm a cybersecurity leader with extensive experience in field compliance and cyber defense across military and federal environments. Today, I'll present a consolidated strategic overview of Russia's cyber capabilities, addressing the who, what, when, where, and why behind their digital operations, exploring what this means for our national security and global cybersecurity posture. In this presentation, I'll walk you through historical context of Russia's cyber doctrine, key actors and operational units, tactical methods and tool sets, case studies of major cyber operations, strategic motivations and target patterns, US and NATO responses, future implications and recommendation for CISOs and SOC managers. Russia's cyber doctrine is rooted in Cold War era information warfare, repurposed for a digital age after observing the success of US digital campaigns in Kosovo and Iraq. Russian military thinkers shifted their focus to non-kinetic forms of influence. Their 2010 military doctrine formally integrated information warfare and cyber operations, viewing cyberspace as a domain for psychological, informational, and technical superiority. Unlike Western doctrine, which prioritized deterrence and defense, Russia employs cyber means proactively. Their strategy revolves around ambiguity, denial, and asymmetry. Rather than seeking dominance in conventional warfare, they weaponize cyberspace to destabilize, disinform, and deter adversaries without crossing kinetic thresholds. Three major state-sponsored actors dominate Russian cyber operations: GRU, Military Intelligence and Sabotage; SVR, Foreign Intelligence Service focused on stealthy espionage; FSB, Domestic Intelligence, also linked to infrastructure attacks. These are often complemented by proxies, private contractors, and criminal syndicates providing plausible deniability. Entities like the Internet Research Agency and ransomware groups like Revil or Conti frequently act as indirect instrument of Russian policy. This civilian-military fusion allows the state to maintain distance while enabling persistent global disruption. Russian cyber operators employ a full-spectrum approach: spear-phishing, credential theft; zero-day vulnerabilities and supply chain compromise; wiper malware, command and control evasion, lateral movement, and data exfiltration; disinformation campaigns across social media platforms. Their operations often begin with long-term reconnaissance, followed by tailored techniques, intrusion techniques. What began as a pseudo ransomware campaign targeting Ukrainian infrastructure quickly spiraled into a global disaster. NotPetya crippled companies like Merck, causing over 10 billion in damages. Despite its appearance, this was not a criminal operation, but a deliberate act of cyber sabotage attributed to the GRU Unit 74455. APT-29 infiltrated the Orion software platform, injecting malware into thousands of US government and private sector systems. The breach went undetected for months. Unlike NotPetya, SolarWinds reflected patience, stealth, and precision hallmarks of SVR cyber tradecraft. This incident highlighted the threat posed by supply chain vulnerabilities and the need for software bill of materials as bomb tracking. Russia typically targets critical infrastructure, government and defense contractors, political institution elections, media and public sentiment, and these attacks often coincide with geopolitical events such as 2016 and 2020 US elections or military escalations in Ukraine. Russian cyber operations are designed to achieve 5 key goals: undermine adversary confidence and cohesion, project influence in contested regions, test Western red lines, enable kinetic military operations, obfuscate and shift narratives during global crisis. The 2022 Viasat hack during the Ukraine invasion exemplifies how cyber can directly support kinetic campaigns. Russia blurs the line between cyber warfare and psychological operations. Bot farms, fake accounts, and troll campaigns systematically target democracies to erode trust, amplify division, and manipulate public opinion. These tactics are not merely disrupted, they are strategic force multipliers. In recent years, US Cybercom adopted a defend forward approach, conducting hunt forward operations with allies. NATO Cooperative Cyber Defense Center of Excellence, CCDOCOE, continues to expand training and research. However, the transatlantic response remains fragmented. Legal constraints, policy gaps, and inconsistent threat intelligence sharing hinder coordinated defense. Attribution is challenging due to Russian use of obfuscation, dual use tools, and proxy actors. While public indictments and sanctions have occurred, they have limited deterrent effect. The lack of clear norms and enforcement mechanism emboldens future aggressions. Looking ahead, Russia is likely to integrate AI into cyber operations, target space-based and undersea communication infrastructure, exploit post-quantum vulnerabilities in emerging technologies, expand influence across in Latin America and Africa. The convergence of cyberkinetic and information warfare will deepen, especially under the prolonged geopolitical conflict. CISOs and SOC managers must adopt a resilience-first mindset. This means implementing zero trust architectures, enforcing software supply chain, enhancing threat hunting and cross-sector collaboration, training teams on hybrid threat detection, including disinformation, elevating geopolitical threat modeling into risk assessments. Recommendation: hunt forward operations across allied networks, expand threat intelligence sharing beyond the Five Eyes, invest in public education to combat disinformation, improve attribution speed and messaging consistency, drive private sector adoption of zero trust and SBOM standards. Russia's cyber doctrine is not theoretical, it is operational, persistent, and adaptive. As defenders, we must shift from reactive to strategic by aligning technical defenses with geopolitical awareness and institutional resilience. We can blunt the impact of adversarial cyber campaigns. This is my references, and thank you.